Howdy, 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 everyone. Welcome back to more No Man's Sky. Let me turn this down a little bit. To some more No Man's Sky Voyagers. So, you remember? Oh, that is the wrong one. Oops. I do apologize. You just give me a moment. I apologize about that, everyone. Just like the wrong save is all. Um, but I got the right one this time. At least I hope so. Um, so I'm gonna figure this out. Turn that down a little bit. Okay, so that should be about good. Maybe right there. That's perfect. So we last left off, we just deployed the base computer here, and so we need to build some shelter. So I feel like that's probably a pretty good thing to do here. I'm just gonna scan some of these things real quick. Some units. Also, make sure to get a lot of carbon when you begin kind of starting to do your base building, because it's going to require a lot of carbon. Alright, let's scan this thing yet. Animal here, scan. You say. Behavior unafraid. Interesting. looks like there's a monolith over there. Interesting. But we should probably get some shelter going first. It's like a good idea. So, what I can do actually with my terrain manipulators, I can go flatten, or go here to create, build up some stuff kind of right here, right, like this. I can change it to flatten, and I want to flatten it to here. And go through here, and flatten that out. So then I'll have a nice like base of land to start placing stuff on. So now I can go here to my floor panel. A good spot to place this. So I can start kind of placing these out here. And then just put up some walls. Real basic shelter, but make sure that you can shed plenty of space for activities. We all love activities. One thing to note is that the roofs require ferrite dust as well as carbon. So when you're building those, if you just keep that in mind. One thing I am going to do, I'm going to take my portable refiner here, and I'm just going to put it right inside of the doorway here. That way I can just run in and use it if I need to. Actually, I'm gonna move it further in. Put it like right here. Another thing when you're doing this is you can press B and you can go into free cam. So free cam can be kind of tricky when you're placing stuff like this. It needs to be like a specific angle, but like sometimes it clips into the wall a little bit, but it can also be very useful for placing different things in places that aren't ideal. What was I gonna do with this? I don't think I was yet. I think I'm just placing it. I have to wait for this storm to clear. But how is your day, your guys' day going so far? Also, this is a great time to say it. If you're a new viewer, welcome. I'm Cowboy. I do a lot of different games on this channel. My goal with this channel is to bring like games to you guys that you may not have seen, or games that interest me, games that interest you. My goal is to be very engaged with this community. Kind of play games you guys kind of want. Also have like game nights, stuff like that. Which, speaking of that, if you subscribe, leave a comment saying you subscribed. I can get you a link to our Discord, and that gives special perks such as interacting with me live, watching these streams directly from me through the Discord, the real-time questions, real-time contact to the moderation team, that sort of stuff. And it's just a really great community to be a part of. But in terms of here, if you enjoy the content that you're seeing and you want to see more of it, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps me out. And if you're coming back anyway, then you must be enjoying the content. So that would be really appreciated. No pressure, of course, but if you would do that, that would be really appreciated. As well as showing the video to people that you think might enjoy it. Because it just keeps pushing my video out into the world. And it just helps me grow as a creator and become more confident. And yeah, just keep producing better and better and better content for you guys as the community grows. But with that being said, we can go check our base computer here. That's got something for us. So, accessing log from previous user. Additional archives recovered. Entry 4925E follows. Construction largely a success. Recovered salvage data from nearby plans logged. Scans indicate additional subterranean devices. Beginning search. So we're gonna take these plans. Whoever recorded these logs evidently had some success. I have access to their plans and perhaps I can learn from their efforts. So there we learned how to make the construction research unit. So what we can do, we can go here. See, we need 20 magnetized ferrite and a carbon tube. So we can make that carbon tube. Then for magnetized ferrite, we need to take pure ferrite and put it in here. So it's a 2-to-1 for pure, or from pure ferrite to magnetized ferrite. So with that being said, actually, I'm going to make quite a bit of pure ferrite here. Make like 250 pure ferrite. Just so I have it, you know. It's better to have something than not have it when you need it. Or it's better to have it when you don't need it than not have it when you don't need it. Or not have it when you need it. Something like that. I don't know. I'm a YouTuber, I don't know what I'm talking about. So, I'm thinking this would look pretty cool, like right here. Right along this wall right. Kind of like an entrance piece, but not really too in the way. Analysis unit online. Diagnostic suggestions. User should recover salvaged data from buried technology. Equip and utilize an analysis visor. So we can go here and we have 4 salvage data from those things I picked up earlier that were underground. So we can research a whole bunch of different things. Stone structures, metal structures, tech, wood structures. So personally me, I like to do base building. So I kind of want to research this, but this also will give us access to teleport places, which would be really, really handy. So I think I'm going to go for that. And then that. And that. Oh, and then I can still get this wall. Perfect. So that wall, actually, put like right here. That kind of sections that area off. That's kind of nice. Still leaves a lot of space in there. It doesn't pull. Kind of sections it off, but it doesn't really. Make you like feel like it's all closed off. Now that it feels a little too closed off. So I think we're gonna do the same thing over here. Or we'll do a full wall there. Thanks. Your base can be renamed with the base computer. Let's rename it to... Ooh, what should we rename it to? Rodeo grounds, I guess? I don't know. On theme with cowboy plays. So now we have to craft 4 metal plating, which shouldn't be an issue. So you can actually, if you see there, it says E to craft more. If you press and hold E, it'll craft another one of those, and you can just do that over and over and over again. So we need 2 carbon nanotubes, 40 sodium. Awesome. So now we can build this base teleporter, which I think it'll fit right here. It won't look too like out of place. Yeah, it's clipping through the roof a little bit. What if I actually got rid of that? Put these roofs here. Yeah. Nice. So now we need to go here and powering the base. So we need to construct a biofuel reactor. So I think that should probably go outside somewhere. Or like under the base here, maybe. Actually, I'm going to make this look a little more like it's held up by placing some pieces here. Just get rid of that one that I misplaced real quick. That one doesn't need it. That one does. That one. So this just makes it look like it's actually being held up. And it's just a cosmetic choice. You know, you don't have to if you don't want to. This is something I choose to do. But we need another metal plate in order to build this. So, the biofuel reactor. So it burns off either oxygen or carbon. Now, I would recommend burning off carbon because it's going to be the easiest to acquire until you reach later forms of energy. So now we can take this wire here, run it up along here. And run it into there. So now the portal is powered. So that's really cool. The other thing we can do here, we can go, or not there, we can go here. We can I know there's a way to hide wiring. I don't remember what it is though. Oh, it wants me to refuel the biofuel reactor because I was premature with it apparently. There we go. Nope, so the base computer now has something else for us. Accessing log from previous user. Additional archives are covered. Entry 4925F follows. Scanner detected unusual broadcast. Repeating 16 from the space station. Warning. End of archive. Records interrupted. The base computer archives have reached their end. It seems there is nothing more I will learn from them. My predecessor appears to have left their base and headed to the space station. Ooh, we get to go to the space station now. Get to go meet some new people. I'm gonna get rid of all of this stuff in front of my ship here, just so I don't hit it when I take off. That would not be ideal. Also, I mean, it's free carbon, so. Also, the closer you get to an object, the more damage it does. I don't know if I mentioned that last time or not. But if you're further away, it'll do less damage than if you're like right here. See, that's doing 40, and it's still doing 40 because it's at a higher heat. But ooh, new material. So you'll know if it's new material because it'll say unidentified object or material or something like that. And then you can just whip out your scanner real quick, scan it, and get some units from it. Nice, easy way to make some money. I managed to get both my wings stuck in plants when I landed here. Apparently that's unidentified. Oh. Oop. What I love about this game is there's always so much to explore. Like, it's never really over in terms of exploration. Like, you could spend hours just walking around a planet and keep finding new things. So the space station is right there, so we can activate our pulse engine and get there much, much quicker. And while that's doing that, we can craft some launch fuel. And then put that right there. Oh, we don't need dihydrogen jelly for launch fuel, that's right. Whoopsie. Oh, did not mean to go there. So, well, may as well explain this. This is a galaxy map. So, this is where you can, like, go to different solar systems and stuff once you get, like, a warp core. We don't have that, so we're gonna get out of here, because... So I'm actually gonna stop here, and you can stop at any point, and there will be these huge rocks. And you can just start shooting at them. You'll start harvesting tritium, gold, platinum. Now the gold and platinum you won't really use for a while, the platinum especially, but if you just spend like 5 or 10 minutes doing this, you'll get a whole bunch of tritium, and you won't have to really worry about it for quite a while. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I was gonna say. Your rocket launcher, I don't really like it You can keep it if you want it, but I'm not going to because it gives you 100 carbon and 50 condensed carbon when you dismantle it. And those are very useful materials early on. So those things I broke right there, one of them was a tritium crystal. So that is just a lot of condensed tritium, so you can break it down and it'll give you tritium. And then that gold nugget, you can break it down and it'll give you a whole bunch of gold. So best to break those down when you get them. Also, if you see a ship doing that, like this guy, don't shoot at those, because those are merchant ships. So they're mining as well as we are. So if you shoot at them, it'll be an act of piracy. And then whoever runs this solar system is not going to be happy with you. They may even refuse to like trade with you, which is not ideal at all. Also, another thing, your cannons and your weapons and all that can overheat. So you gotta be careful about that too. So it's similar in that way to the mining laser. It does more damage as it gets hotter, but it will also overheat and have to take a short break before you can fire again. It's better to learn that now than when you're in a firefight with someone and your cannon just stops working. But like, even if you look at that, like even just that short amount of time doing that, we almost have 1,000 tritium, which will fuel us for a little while, but I want to just get a little bit more, so I really don't have to worry about it. Because if you just do all this grinding stuff like right when you get here, then you don't have to buy it, which means you can save money for things like microprocessors, all that, which microprocessors are very, very expensive pieces of tech. At least in the early game, they're very expensive. Eventually you'll learn how to craft them. And they're not as expensive to craft in terms of going out and getting the materials yourself. So, but I would just recommend trying to save as much money as possible, at least in the early game here. Oh, I found some dark matter, or some antimatter out of that tritium hypercluster. So that's a thing that we'll get into later on. Basically, that's what powers your warp drive. So that's what gets you to different galaxies and solar systems and all that. Yo, what's up, gun control? I did not see you. I apologize. How are you doing, buddy? Also, everyone who's in the chat, you better be on your best behavior, because gun control is my head moderator. So he will slam the ban hammer on you if he has to. Don't make him do it. But no, he's a real nice guy. But if you have any problems with anybody in chat or anything like that, you can let him know. He'll deal with them. Pretty good, just chilling. It's Labor Day weekend out here in the U.S., so I get tomorrow off of work. So it's real funny. They call it Labor Day weekend, like Labor Day, but you get the day off from labor. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Oh, you are? I can't see this. Also, there is a chat delay, so unfortunately. And I know you've experienced that issue too, but so there, we have almost 2,000 tritium, so that'll keep us held over for a little while. Nah, I'm just gonna blow a couple more of these up. Why not? They're in my way. That's my argument. So here it is, the space station. They usually have some really, really cool designs. Then also the No Man's Sky soundtrack just freaking slaps. I'll turn this up so you can hear it. No, I have not seen the new DLCs. What do they offer? Did not mean to make it that loud. I was trying to watch my my bar. So here we are on the space station. Yeah, you can actually sit on all these benches and stuff. Somebody left that laying out. I'm taking that. That give me some nanites. Oh, awesome. Are they finally giving us Fords, or no? Because Ford is always stingy about adding their vehicles to games. The alien squeals as I approach. They seem excited to see me, though I cannot understand their babbling tongue. Perhaps they would recognize the signal mentioned by the base computer. Ask about 16. A look of surprise crosses the lifeform's face, and they release a strange-smelling gas. This appears to signify our conversation is over. The lifeform puffs themselves up as I approach, making the most of their impressive size. Perhaps they might recognize the signal mentioned by the base computer. Hearing the code seems to cause the lifeform to shrink, a look of fear crossing their face, and then, in an instant, the fear passes. They look at me strangely, but say nothing more. So, the number 16 seems to have some sort of, like, bad juju around it. What about this guy? The metallic being chatters away, pouring forth words in a language I cannot understand. But when I blink, I see that same red light that stared at me at the distress beacon. We are watching you, traveler friend. Find what we have left you. Weird. So he just spoke English. Though the alien speaks, the words are not their own. And a string of code is echoed back to me through the red glare logged directly into my exosuit. The crimson light fades away, and I see the life form staring at me through its visor. Whatever has happened, they do not appear to have seen it. I should leave. Perhaps my base computer would be able to make something of this code. Well, I am not leaving yet, because there's a lot I want to do here. So, the trader utters the same word 3 times with different intonations, forming a statement that is untranslatable in my own language. Quest dialect help. Navigator Sass squeaks at me. When I do not respond, they present a list of language symbols. Gek symbol. I learned the Gek word for federation. Interesting. The lifeform speaks with great urgency, but between their hurried barks and fetid breath, I don't know what that word means, I find it difficult to concentrate on what they have to say. Warrior Abitibo, I don't know. We're gonna go with that. Barks a query. When I do not respond, they present a list of language symbols. Viking symbol. So I learned the Viking word for Viking. Exosuit upgrade. Is it free or is I have to pay for it? Purchase. How much should I pay for that? I hope not a lot. Speculative plant. Research that. Viking. The warriors' hackles rise, and they start to shake in anticipation of my request. I must take care not to push them too far. Gun, you can't... We've been over this. You can't romanticize every character in every video game. Okay? You do it with Pokemon, you do it... No, I'm kidding. The scout grunts, jabbing at symbols on their datapad. These seem to represent categories of Viking language. Friendship symbol. The scout teaches me a word of their language. I learned their word for help. That's probably a pretty good one to know. Friend, there's fear. You're all good. There's fear lurking behind the eyes of this Gek, as if they have seen things that no being should see. They gesture at me with alarm. The attendant is delighted by this interspecies transaction. I recall the first Gek words that came to mind. Toll Gek. The attendant seems surprised by my knowledge of Gek lore. They nod in acknowledgement. Cool. So we actually said the right word and didn't offend him. Good job, me. I am certain I do not know this Gek, yet meeting them now, I am overwhelmed with a sudden affection. A wave of bittersweet nostalgia sweeps over me. Sales Gek Ravendown mimes a series of actions. Each appears to be a concept I might learn. Gek symbol. I learned the Gek word for spawn. The assistant. The Gek looks at me with hope, their trustworthy eyes and beak beaming as I approach. They gesture towards me with a datapad, as if to make a request. The assistant yelps with excitement. They present their datapad, displaying a list of language symbols. A good technology. The assistant teaches me a word of their language. Learn the Gek word for ship. Thanks. If only it was this easy to learn languages in real life. You think that they have Duolingo for No Man's Sky? Learn all the different aliens' languages. If I look closely, the Gek appears to be secreting a greasy substance from their skin. The oil covers their body, rolling into their cracks and crevices. It smells sweeter than I anticipate. Perhaps I should give the Gek some privacy. No, I want to learn your language, dude. Tol Gek Spinutla, I think that's how you pronounce that, I don't know, nods thoughtfully, then presents a list of language symbols. Friendship, and the Gek word for help. Data silo, they left that unsecured, I'm taking that. My tip of advice when you're in the space station, become a kleptomaniac. Anything you see that you can steal, take it. Take it all. Fossil collector. Interesting. I haven't seen this before. I have seen this guy though, the scrap dealer. So they sell maps to, like, intergalactic maps to derelict freighters, which are freighters that have been, like, destroyed in battle or whatever, and you can go through and salvage them, at least what's left of them. And it gives you a lot of cool things, and you can come back with you can get tainted metal from them. You can come back with that and sell it back to that guy for different limited time things. So see what I mean? The microprocessors are like 27,500, and like you need 5 of them for like the first thing, so that's already $137,000. But gonna sell this mold, pulpy roots. Sell the weed, the sweet root. Sell the geknut, the tubers. The 82,000. That is not that bad. Oh, that's a cool ship. It's not too different from mine, but different enough. Oh, it's got a longer nose on it, and it's like a circle, like a ship rudder on the front. Sir, your ship is cool. Why are you floating? Interesting. That must be a glitch. One of the cool things that's been added is if you walk over here, you can come out to the Corvette workshop. So this is near the end of the hangar bay here, and there's multiple of them, but here is where you can buy the modules to build a Corvette class ship. So these Corvette class ships are really cool. You can what do you mean American style? I just saw that. What do you mean? But you can choose to run all the way back or hit one of these pads and teleport back, but the Corvettes, basically, as you're flying them, you can actually get out of the pilot's seat and walk around the ship. And you can also do EVAs, which is you can like literally go out into space with your suit on. Speaking of suits, this is the appearance modifier, so I'm actually going to do this right now. So this is where I can show you the different races. So the Gek, the Viking, the Korvax, and the Travelers. And the Anomalies. You can change like the helmet. A lot of these look like Halo helmets. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, a lot of these look like Halo helmets, which I think is really cool. But I kind of like this one. Extra accents, circular accents, striped profile. I like the profile. Dude, I miss Halo too. Nothing quite like it. Oh, don't. We're gonna have this same conversation again about Cortana, aren't we? Alright, you can't romanticize every single character you see in a video game. Ooh, I kind of like this jetpack unit. Okay. My banner. I don't like the shield. Okay, Cortana though, I get it. I get it with Cortana. So now that we have our character all customized, which I kind of went for a stormtrooper, scout trooper type vibe, we can use this teleporter and teleport back to our base, which is really cool. We don't have to fly there. Even though it is literally like right above us. Or below rather. Whatever direction you fly through space. Because it's all relative, isn't it? Oh, why is it so laggy? Oh, goodness. I don't know why it's so laggy. Oh no. Oh no. Come on. Load. Stop being laggy. Oh well. It'll sort itself out in a second, hopefully. No, it's loading. It's just my computer's being special. Because it's an older computer. Signal acquired. Life signs detected. Because it's running OBS at the same time. My computer is just like... Special gift for what? I'm gonna turn the motion blur down. That might help. That might help a little bit. A little bit. Not a ton, but I still want the game to kind of look good. I don't want to put it all the way down to crap graphics. But I will if I have to. So, for content. Interesting. I'm still not sure what you mean, but... Oh, there's a wrecked freighter. So this is not a derelict freighter, this is a wrecked freighter. They are different, but... Still so laggy. I really need to get a new computer, but I can't afford it. Hehe. Long forgotten ruin. Instead of displaying the ship's log, the terminal spits out a strange sequence of numbers. They are followed by a short message. The anomaly comes for the stars. Take flight. The schematic for a hyperdrive is attached to the end of the message. Oh, 100, like 4.9K actually. 10K actually. I pulled a blueprint from the computer, but this hyperdrive blueprint is for a conventional starship, not a freighter of this size. Someone placed this here after the crash, hoping it would be found. I'm getting the hyperdrive installation. I'm actually going to install it down here. Hyperdrive. So I need 5 microprocessors and 125 chromatic metal. I have to purchase microprocessors, which means making a lot of money. Yeah, see? Then you make like 140 grand. But what we can do is these broken panels here. We can go in here. Extract this out of here. And it'll give us something, but we gotta run because it'll start releasing toxic gas. Not toxic gas, radioactive gas. also use our analysis visor, and they'll tell us where there are cargo pods underground. So, what we can do, go here, and dig down to them. There's steel here, just get rid of that. There's the cargo pod there. Just take that. And get the hell out of here. Uh-oh. I have played Subnautica on my own, actually. It's a really good game. Really enjoyed it. We'll get out of there. We'll get out of there. They're making a third one? Since when? I know about the regular one and then the below zero. Goodness, this lag is almost unbearable. Interesting. So that's all up. So I'm gonna fly back to the base. So flying seems to be fine. It's just walking around and stuff. It's causing issues. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this goop, process that, because this will eventually turn into nanites when you process it enough times. And nanites are going to come in very, very handy later in the game. It's not going to be a significant amount of nanites that you get from this, but it's supplementary. It's going to take 5 minutes to process, so we can go do other stuff. So, what we can do, we can find different things that we can harvest to get units. So, like, well, there's a buried technology module. Oh, there's one right here. Where did it go? So we can just, oh, we don't even have to mine for this one. Right there on the surface. And also repair this machine. Oh, we get some more residual goop. Nice. Yeah, it does. There's an upgrade you can get to your exosuit, where it actually has a refiner like built into it, so it'll just keep refining in your backpack as you're doing stuff. It'll actually, you'll see it like winding up and spinning in the back. It's pretty cool. But until then, you have to use the portable refineries. You can kind of do it like Minecraft in the essence of like having multiple refiners, but same as in Minecraft, you have like multiple furnaces. But I found that's not as effective as just clumping it all together into one and just letting it do its thing. These guys will nip your legs if you're not careful. Take a bite out of you. Ooh, heptaloid. Heptaploid wheat. However you say that. I don't know. No sign. Uh-oh. Ow. That kind of hurt. could have flown to this thing that I'm trying to get to, but I feel like there's also beauty in walking too. Also, I just found this material that I haven't discovered yet. Like, so it's like a level of like really exploring the planet that you're on. Oh, there's some impulse beams, I think. Oh no, jade peas. Interesting. Never seen those before. Those were some ships flying over. I got the antennas sticking out of this thing. Anyway. So I have to take off this protective casing. I have to take off all these casing. But I feel like I'm gonna get blown up. Rare item found. Preserved accelerometer. Well preserved. Approximately 1,986 years old. This technology bears the official hallmark of a centuries-old manufacturer renowned for their exacting standards and product longevity. Despite its age, this example appears to be in almost perfect condition. Tell me that's worth some money, please. Secondary thruster for Corvette class starship. Oh, I got some stuff for Corvettes. Nice. This 2 million units, guys. I think we made it. I think we made it. 2 million units just from that one thing. Now, I am actually going to go use the restroom real quick, and I will be right back. back rather. So yeah, we just got this, what, 2 million unit thing. Used for trading high value. Well, I think we can afford the microprocessors now, so that's some good news. What is that thing? An ancient data structure. I apologize, guys. Give me 1 minute. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm not quite sure what this ancient data structure is, but we're going to find out. Oh my goodness, the lag. It just doesn't stop. The lag just does not stop. Never will it stop. It was fine earlier, so I don't know why it's doing it all of a sudden now. But oh my gosh. If I look at the ground, it's a little better. Oh, it's a whole bunch of navigation data. I will take all of this. Oh, an exosuit upgrade. Sure. Interesting. There's some in the rocks here too. There's another salvage container in there. It's gonna take 5 minutes to run to. I'm going to bring my ship over here, actually. There's my ship land right there. And then we can take off, fly over there, and it will not take 5 minutes. pretty good landing. Right on the moon. Whoa, laddie. Hazardous flora, you can get out of here, dude. And then we have another salvage container. Hopefully you get like another $3 million something or other. Oh, this one looks like it only has 2 out of its 9 casings. Oh, so these give Corvette parts too. Interesting. To go and sell off some stuff, I bet. But I also kind of want to see if I can find more of those. Because they are certainly profitable. There's a cargo drop over here. You can go check that out. I think I know what that is, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it's anything too special. Yeah, no, it's just one of those. Anything else around here? There's some buried technology right there. May as well grab that. I guess I couldn't bounce off that guy. Sometimes you can bounce off the animals, and sometimes you can't. So oh, I think I just got bit by a hazardous flora. Oh yay, more viscous fluids. We love viscous fluids. Whatever those things are. Yeah, I say we just head back to base with what we've got. Oh, it's 391 units away. Never mind. We'll go to that one. It's pretty close. This is kind of the grindy part of the game. Just running around collecting buried technology, random stuff buried, and oh, this one's just full above ground. Interesting. Ooh, rusted metal. Nice. Ooh, that's ferrite. It's only 130 units. Go Ooh, sodium. Nice. Oh, that's only actually it's a big one. Nice. Any more fancy drops or anything? No, but there's some buried technology over there. I'll grab that. Drop there. Yes, some more technology. Reminds me of that old meme. No wonder people are afraid of technology. And guy walks up to him on the street with a sign that says technology and just like throws it at him. Yells technology. Pretty funny. I don't see any more of those special drops. I could start kind of like moving my way back towards the base, I suppose, while collecting buried technology. Eventually you can get like exocraft, which like can traverse the terrain and all that cool stuff. Like basically like it's nothing and they'll just like go through these plants and rocks and like there's like car type ones, there's like walker type ones. But, I don't see any like fancy ones. The base is where? Back that way. Okay, so we loop up back around this way, and then we might find something. Although at the same time, I'm running out of inventory space, so There's a whole bunch of buried technology around here. It's the closest, 241. Yeah, we'll go to this one first. Base is 12 minutes away by walking, so that'll give us plenty of time to see if there's anything out here that is worth collecting with all this buried technology. And a knowledge sound. Nice. This one I might not even have to dig for. Yup, perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna go get this one. How much buried technology do I have? I have 25. Nice. That was a pretty big lag spike. Oh. Uh-oh. Well, I feel like this is down in a cave. Similar rules to Minecraft are applied here, in the essence of don't dig straight down, because stuff like that will happen. Where did I fall out of? Right there? Awesome. See if I have enough willpower to get out of here. So here's a trick for anyone that's playing, is if you shove your face against a wall enough when you're jetpacking, it'll just like constantly replenish your jetpack. AKA, you basically have infinite jetpack ability when you're flying straight up if your face is shoved into a cliff face or something. I've noticed that very technology tend to be near these broken machines. Um, I don't know if they're correlated in some way or if that's meant to happen, but anything special? Nope. Just more buried technology over there. And hazardous fauna. Or hazardous flora, rather. Yeah, we don't really like those guys very much. They're not a good time. Nor are they fun to deal with. Actually, whole missions that these foundations will send you on just to get rid of them. And they'll pay like hundreds of thousands of credits for you to do that. I don't even have to dig for this one. So look at that. See what I mean? There's another damaged machine there. So I wonder if the buried technology is like the damaged machines like broke apart. Oh, I didn't know you could zoom in. Oh, that's cool. I might actually call the ship back. Yeah, I'm going to. And I don't really feel like walking any more than I already have. And my inventory is full, so. Oh, we don't have any fuel. Well, that is big sad, isn't it? we need to turn this into viscous fluids. Then that into living slime, and turn all that living slime. Oh lord, that's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a hot minute, actually. I would love some coffee, actually. I already had a Red Bull today, but you know, what's a coffee on top of a Red Bull? Nothing. Who needs sleep when you have caffeine? So I am going to go and sell off some of that stuff that I got to make some money. Nice thing about the teleporter and the space station is that it takes you right in front of the trade terminal. Like, I mean, even the salvage data I have is almost $2 million worth. But this right here, just look at that number right there, rack up. Oh yeah. That is beautiful. Now we're going to teleport back. Actually, I should have bought the microprocessors while I was there, but you know, oh well, we'll go back. It's not that big a deal. Awesome. So now that we're back, go into here. We fill this, that in there. And you know, before I do that, I'm going to process this, because this is not going to take as long. But if I check here in the log, like on the hyperdrive. How much chromatic metal do I need for that? I need 125 chromatic metal. So I can make that happen. It's what, 250 copper? Because it's 2 to 1. I definitely have that. Awesome. Why is it doing that? Interesting. I can put that in there. And oh, I don't have enough copper. Oh yeah, I do. Put that in there. Let that run for a second. I did not need to exit that. Turn that into chromatic metal as well. Perfect. Recharge that. And take this, put it in there. That's gonna take 7 minutes, so I'll just let that run while I go out to the space station. But before I go to the space station, I am just gonna put the chromatic metal in here that it needs. Then go to the space station, we're gonna get 5 microprocessors. Forgot to select it. There we go. So we're just gonna go here to the trade terminal and then buy 5 of these. that's still going, because of course it is. But if we go to the Starship here, put in the microprocessors, we have officially installed our hyperdrive. So, then take these things, this warp cell here, put it in there, craft another warp cell, because we got those from the asteroids. So now that that's installed, go sit in the cockpit, and it'll probably tell us what's next. But unfortunately, that is where I'm gonna have to end it for this time at least. I may stream later, I may not, we'll see. But for now, just wanted to ask again, if you enjoy the content that you see, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps me out as a creator. And if you know someone who may enjoy the content, feel free to share it. It helps push my video, helps grow my channel, helps me become more confident, become a better creator, create better content. And in asking you guys to please subscribe, my analytics show that over 80% of my viewers are not subscribed. So if we could get that number down, get that subscribe number a lot higher, that would truly, truly mean a lot to me. But with that being said, thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. But for now, it's peace out, y'all. Catch you next time.